Good morning. Welcome to White Shark Diving Company. My name is Lalo. I'm going to be site guide, videographer, assistant dive master on the boat. Bobby is going to be the main dive master. Philip is our skipper and bait handler. And then we also have X-Man on board as well. He's the most important guy. He's going to do the chumming. He's going to get the sharks to the boat for us, okay? The second boat is our boat that is White Shark. She's a 12-meter dive cat. Viewing deck at the top, diving deck at the bottom. Cage is attached to the bottom, to the back of the boat on the way out, okay? Guys, it's going to be about a 10-15 minute boat ride. We're going to launch. We're going to head straight down towards the beach area over there. We're going to find our anchoring spot, begin the chumming process. And then once we get out there, Bobby's going to kit you guys up in your wetsuits. And then I will try to do a shark briefing on board, explain how we get the sharks to the boat, why they're in the bay, and so forth, okay? Guys, for what it is, this is our low season right now. Average waiting time about 45 minutes to an hour. Every day is different. Some days it's 15 minutes, other days 45 minutes. Could be longer, guys. It is wildlife. Unfortunately, we're out there to see them. They're not there to see us. So just bear with us as we go through the whole process of trying to get the sharks to the boat, okay? Guys, biggest problem we're going to have today is going to be the temperature of the water. I can promise you there is going to be more screaming for that than there is going to be for the sharks, okay? Here we're affected by what's called the Benguela current. So in the summer months, it's the Atlantic current that pushes through. In the winter, it's the Indian. So the water is a lot warmer in the winter, okay? Water is going to be about 13, 14 degrees. Being low season, if we do have sharks, guys, we're going to start the diving right away because we can never guarantee how much a shark is actually going to give us, okay? So rather get you guys in, get you diving, and try to get as much shark action as we can, okay? Guys, for that reason on its own, what I'm going to run through right now is the cage. I'm going to explain how this works. It is a lot easier if I do it on land. If I do it at sea, it's in one ear and out the other. So guys, the cage, as you can see, nothing too much to worry about. It's made from the best plastic in China, so it is pretty sturdy, okay? Guys, don't worry about these nice big openings. They're just there to give the sharks a fair chance as well, okay? Guys, the cage is a free floating cage tied to the side of the boat at all times. It is not going to go any deeper. It is not going to float any further away. So when you're in there, your heads are always going to be above surface of the water. Easiest way I want you guys to sit in the cage, you're going to put your backs against the back side of the cage. This thick gray bar right here at the middle. Does everybody see this bar? Now, for some reason, once everybody gets in the cage, nobody can ever find this bar. Guys, this is the foot bar. This is the hand bar. If you put your feet on this bar, it's not very comfortable because you're going to have your knees right into your chin, okay? So guys, you're going to put your backs against the back side of the cage. Your feet go against the foot bar as so. You're in a sitting position. Water is up to your shoulders. Your hands go on the inner hand bar or up at the top at all times, okay? Never ever put your hands on the front bars like this. Never ever put your hands here, and never cup them over the front of the cage like this. If you do that, guys, you're going to lose them very quickly. Now, you do have 10 fingers. If you feel like sharing, you're more than welcome to do so, but we as a crew, we would prefer it that you don't, okay? We are all medically qualified. Stitches, that's the easy stuff. Anything more serious than that, guys, I'm just going to float you away. Nobody says anything. Less paperwork for me, okay? So guys, again, hands on the inner hand bar at all times are up above you, okay? Now, everybody says, well, what about my feet and the sharks? I can promise you one thing. If the shark is there, your feet are not going to be here. Now, the reason for that is as the shark comes in, we're going to say, divers, go down. As soon as you hear us say that, your feet come off the bar. You're going to be floating in the cage. Take the inner hand bar. You pull yourselves down. And as you can see, there is another bar running along the bottom right here. Hook your feet underneath that bar so you're locked in position as so at the viewing port window, okay? Again, both hands on the handbar, you pull yourselves down, foot underneath the bottom bar, and you lock yourself in position, okay? Now, guys, most important thing to remember, heads underneath the white float to the window, and you're going to look up towards the surface, the direction we tell you, okay? Again, heads under the white float to the window, up towards the surface, direction we tell you. Now, the reason why I say that's important is because whenever we say divers go down, this is what everybody does. Now, guys, if you do that, you're just going to look at your feet. You're going to miss the shark every time. Heads under the float to the window and up towards the surface, direction we tell you, okay? It's just a simple breath hold method, 5-10 seconds, that's all you need. Shark is just going to give you one quick pass. It's not going to stop and stare at you. It's not a breath holding competition, so you do have time to come back up and regain your breath. Okay? So I won't know what the visibility is until we're actually on the anchoring spot, but we will do our best to try and get the sharks as close to the cage as we can to give you the best possible sighting. First dive is going to be pretty quick, about 5-6 passes. First group out, next group in. And again, that's just to make sure that everybody gets to see the shark. Once everybody has been through the cage, guys, pressure is off. We can kind of dive you guys in longer intervals, okay? For what it is, number one rule about the diving, for anybody who's a scuba diver or surfer knows the stories about wetsuits, number one rule is, guys, no peeing in your wetsuits to try to warm yourselves up. Number two is in the wetsuits, you keep them, we don't want them back, all right? Most important rule about the diving, the one and only rule, and I'm only going to say this one time, guys. It might sound stupid to say it while we are on land. Once we get to sea, you'll understand exactly why we say this. Sharks are going to be scavenging, slow moving, going by the cage. Now, you do get the odd one that shows up as a predatory shark. It's going to be rushing the bait line. Guys, we can tell the difference. You cannot. That means no matter how close that shark comes to the cage, swimming by or should grab the bait line and come up to the cage, I don't want to see anybody stick their hand out, try to touch the shark so you can tell your friends you've touched a great white. Great whites are pure muscle. Shark bangs into the cage, your arm gets pinned, it's going to break quickly if it doesn't end up in the shark's mouth. That means if the snout is here, the tail is there, you guys are in the middle, and you think you can get a sneaky touch to the midsection. Again, guys, they are a predatory shark, so if it sees the movement behind it, turns on a dime, it's going to come right back and see what that was. Now, I can promise you this, in the water, that shark can move a lot faster than you can, okay? So underwater cameras, I don't want to see anybody doing this, trying to get the better photo. You are wearing a mask, you are losing depth perception, shark is closer than you think it is, and you are also blinded left and right with your mask. There could be another shark coming from the outside that you don't see approaching, okay? Any attempt to do so, diving is finished, we pack up, we come straight home. I don't mean to be rude, but the person responsible can apologize to everybody else as to why we've ended the trip short, okay? Reason for that is, one, we've never had an accident using the cage. We would like to keep it that way, and what we do here is very highly regulated by South African government. If there ever was to be an accident, the whole industry shut down on the spot. Everybody here is out of work, so guys, you do not want to test us with this one on the boat, okay? So guys, please, hands, feet inside at all times. Family problems, relationship problems, friendship problems, you tell us, we'll help you sort them out on the ocean, okay? Nice and easy. All right, guys, that's everything for now. On the board, we have wetsuits, towels, there's a toilet, sandwiches, chips, water. Guys, if anybody wants a fizzy drink, another bag of chips, chewing gum, or lollipops for seasickness, underwater cameras, we can get that stuff quickly at Shark Shack just before we go. All right? Guys, if you want to use the toilet one last time while we're on dry land, please feel free to do so, and then we'll get you guys going. We're going to be the second boat out. Early bird catches the worm.